Hi, good evening. Good evening to and welcome to India. My name is Narendra Kumar. I'm co-founder at Enterslice, and I will discuss a lot of things about digital lending in India. So, first of all, I will cover the history of digital lending in India, why the regulation was introduced by Reserve Bank of India, and there was sequence of regulation with respect to digital lending in India. So let's talk. Earlier in India, there were no such specific regulation for digital lenders in India. If you are willing to start any digital lending business, but formally in September 2022, RBI has introduced digital lending guidelines, which is now you can say this lending business in India is highly regulated, and you will need to adhere with several terminologies, several regulations, audit, compliance before you start digital lending in India. So we'll go ahead with details what all required. So earlier NBFC, non-banking financial company in several countries, this is known as financial institution, lending institution, money lender license. A lot of countries. So in India, non-banking means the lenders who are doing lending and investment, that is called NBFC. So this guideline is applicable on regulated entities, means commercial bank, private urban cooperatives, district cooperative, and NBFC, including HFC. HFC means Housing Finance Company. So this is RE. RE means the entity on which that there is an onus of compliance, means they are responsible for maintaining compliance of their company. And then second is LSP, lending service provider. So this entity is engaged in third party services to NBFC, banks or other regulated entities. Likewise, customer acquisition, underwriting, support, marketing, app marketing, Facebook marketing. So whatever services is covered, that is called LSP, lending service providers. Then digital lending app. This is a mobile app. So sometimes you will find that LSP and DLA are the same parties, but our regulator has defined it in different way. So let's say you have a mobile or you have a website, but you are not having NBFC a license, then you will be called as digital lending apps, DLA. Means you will have a normal software company, and that software company is supposed to lend. So I'm very hopeful that these definitions are clear for all of you. So let's talk about analysis of digital lending and with FLDG. So FLDG guideline has introduced very recently. So we'll talk after end of this slide that what all changes has been done by the Indian regulator. So let's talk about the applicability. So applicability of digital lending guidelines is on retail loan, home loans, MSME, corporate, whatever loans that is being done through mobile app, Wave, or any other use of technology, or you can say even customer acquisition is through app or through promotion. So you will be called as digital DLA, digital lending apps. So if you have any apps, then you will be called as digital lending apps. So next is the feature. So RE means regulated entity that has to ensure that disbursement means uh, loan amount has to disburse directly in the account of borrowers, and you cannot use any payment gateway anymore to disburse the loan. However, you can use payment gateway owned by NBFC, that is feasible. So there are several confusion among this industry that NBFC has some limitation in terms of using payment gateway. So payment gateway you can use, but again you'll have to use the NBFC payment gateway. Means virtual account cannot be used for disbursement or collection of loans. So you will have to use bank API, and pool and pass through of LSP is not allowed. Means LSP will not be engaged in terms of any disbursement or collection of the loan. And the second is that key factor statement which we can say is that that you have to upfrontly disclose that what will be the maximum APR for borrowers, which includes interest and processing fee. Penalty definitely not does not include because penalty is not sure. And third terminology which is introduced is cooling period. So cooling period is mandatory now. One day, if loan is more than 7 days, then it's one day. You have to give at least cooling period. So we'll discuss that how cooling period will work. So LSP cannot collect fee. This is another requirement. That LSP means if you are a lending service provider or you are a digital lender, you have an app, you cannot collect any fees from borrowers or prospect of borrowers that you will be helping them in terms of taking loans. Document has to be signed digitally by using Aadhaar API or DigiLocker you can use, and borrowers has to provide consent over the features, charges, and everything has to be done through the borrower consent. Don't forget it. So RBI is very concerned about the data requirement, technology, and also about the privacy requirements. So you cannot take access of contact, you cannot take access of their pictures, their gallery, their video recording, their mic. Why so? Because a lot of misuse has been done in past by the several lenders. That's why RBI was forced to do such changes. And also recently, I've heard in Google that Google has also amended its policy for mobile apps who are doing microloans. So this is the flow of how this will work. So fintech is again LSP or DLA, whatever terminology you can say, bank and NBFC, and then customer. So loan repayment has to again come in the directly in the account of NBFC or banks, whosoever is doing lending. So this is another disclosure of borrower. You have to disclose borrower first, annual percentage rate, the how much percentage you're going to charge. That includes interest and processing charges, how much borrower is required to pay, and cooling and lock-in period. And also you'll have to send, once borrowers has signed agreement by using Aadhaar API, you will require to send to their mobile. So I will suggest to use WhatsApp API for sending loan agreements, sign loan agreements, and also make sure that you have email ID of the borrowers, because WhatsApp API documents, whatever you are sharing, may not be traceable easy for you. But if you share, loan agreement, sanction letter, disbursement letter, etc., on email by use of such API, it will be very easy for you to track. Whenever regulators or any government agency ask for you to produce, you can easily make this available. So detail about this contingent charges, penal charges, everything we have to disclose upfront, and also we have to disclose about the government redressal system. That how a customer has complaints, let's say about collection issues, about processing fee, about charges. They want to make repayments, app is not working. So you'll have to disclose the entire, nodal officers details, how customer can reach to you. So I will suggest you to use Gendex for ticketing system, so that you will have a proper tracking of tickets, that how many tickets has been received from customer, and accordingly you can make a plan. So this is APR. So APR already we discussed that what APR is, and so cooling period, you have to understand that cooling period is a period whereas borrower has authority to make payment just by, let's say, adding interest for the day. Let's say if loan is more than 7 days, then 3 days you have to provide cooling period. If loan is less than 7 days, then one day is the cooling period. Means if just if borrower has willing to make payment, let's say if loan is for 30 days, borrower can make payment in 2 days, just buying processing fee plus interest for 2 days. Make sure if in cooling period if they make payment, you are not required to refund the processing fee. Processing fee is already collected, and, it's not required to be uh, deducted. It's not required to be refunded. So grievance redressal means on the website of NBFC, on the website of fintech, at the both places you have to mention contact detail. There should be customer care. There should be email ID, name of person who is responsible, and also escalation matrix is required to be disclosed. So recovery mechanism is now very highly regulated. Loan has to be recovered by the designated recovery agency, or NBFC can train their employee, and in terms of that, they can also collect recoveries. So this slide will talk about all the sanction letter, which I said key fact statement. That means how loan works, what the product are, who you are, what the name of NBFC, what is the name of DLA and collection agent. Account statement you have to make available in the app. LSP that is engaged by RE, privacy norms. So all such norms you have to disclose. And then LSP and engagement by RE means NBFC. So NBFC has to disclose everything on their website, that who are their LSP, lending service provider, who are the collection partners, who are fintech partners, who are app partners. So everything they have disclosed by product. So this is the entire responsibility. And data usage, data sharing, already we discussed. Privacy policy is very important. You cannot collect their private pictures or private documents, whatever so in their mobile. So you'll have to be very specific while you're uploading your app on Google or iOS store. So reporting of credit bureau. Credit bureau in India currently we have four credit bureaus. So credit bureau means they are the reporting agency for if you do any loans, or you have a collection from loans, or there is a overdue. In all such cases, you will require to report to civil, uh, Equifax, Experian, and others. So let's talk about FLDG. So FLDG is the main reason, earlier FLDG was very open, so there was no deposit norms in India for doing such kind of co-lending, or you can say app-based lending. So government has introduced these norms recently, that RE, regulated entity, can only take up to 5% of their loan portfolio as FLDG. Let's say you intend to disburse loan, let's say 500,000 rupees, and then only 5% will be the deposit. So earlier there was no limit, so usually NBFC was taking, let's say, 20%, 50%, or 100% deposit, or equivalent to their loan amount. So now it is reduced to 5%. So this could be a big challenge for this business model for NBFC, especially because most of the cases NBFC may not be aware about the credit worthiness, about the software capability of fintech. So this could lead a lot of challenges for NBFC in terms of managing their risk portfolio. So FLDG structure we do very carefully. We have a lot of solutions how this industry will work. Recognition of NPM means bad loan. This is something related to accounting, and effect of DLG guidelines is also discussed here. This is about Enterslice. So Enterslice is award-winning firm. So we have been consulting it, BFSI industry from several years, and we provide legal, assurance services, audit services, regulatory services. Also, we develop a lot of loan products. We can structure your loan product, we can audit your loan product, we can help you in terms of designing legal department. We can also help you to set up your CFO. Everything we do for BFSI. We have a big team size in India and outside India. So you have any requirement, you can contact us. So this is our team. And so typically, I'll tell you, we have been working with big corporates to small startups. We have a very good team for managing, you can say, NBFC clients, LSP or DLA, whatever you are. So if you are willing to apply for new NBFC, or want to take over, or you want to restructure your existing NBFC, or you have a plan to introduce new product. You are struggling to raise fund, you need fund, you have a product, you have a technology, but you are not ready to able to take funds from market. In such case, Enterslice is the right fit for you. We can help you in several ways to grow your business. For now, this is the very basic information. For this is a regulatory things, so we'll have to limit our word while discussing anything in public. You have any questions about FLDG guidelines, digital lending guidelines, how to implement in your NBFC? Please feel free to contact us, info@enterslice.com, or visit our website www.enterslice.com, or you can also comment below. If you like this video, like this initiative, please subscribe to our channel. Also share with your friends so that they can also get aware about this. And in future too, we will be coming with the more business centric regulatory